It's week 5, and here we are again in it, back in the lab, as they would call it, back in the office. And today I'm kind of really going to touch upon what we've done today. But normally I will start off with the psychodynamic stuff, but I'm going to start off with the counselling research. And I feel today that was very important. I think last week I said that I got it, and I think today kind of cemented where my thoughts are, where my thought process is as regards to moving forward. So the report seems quite easy. It's because how it was broken down today, I quite like the idea of it being broken down into segments. So the research study will start with your title, your abstract, introduction, your method, your design, your participants, your materials, procedure, your results, discussion, references, and appendices. That was okay because that kind of gave me some structure of where I'm going, of what I'm trying to achieve and what I'm trying to do. Again, this morning I was in a good place. Had a good sleep. I've been waking up kind of early, to be fair. I've been going to bed early and waking up about 5 in the morning. Well, last week I hurt my finger, and it's been quite difficult getting changed in the morning and washing yourself and preparing yourself with one arm. It's quite a struggle. As I say, the struggle is real, and we've got to really generally continue because the show must go on. I feel that when I got there this morning, I was in a good place. I was in a good place. I know I was in a good place. Went into the psychodynamic module, and it was a bit of I'm gonna call it a bit of an anti-climax. Done my reading around the frame. So the frame is basically like imagine a picture frame, and it was about the context in which you work. So looking at the boundaries, the route of referral, the room, and I think the first set of slides that I saw was a bit not challenging. It was kind of made me think of my own counselling room in it, because I think we all have pictures and we all have a scene, as you can see in the background. We all have an idea of what a counselling room looks like, but these are not really our ideas. It's not really my idea. I think I've inherited in what it's supposed to look like, but I don't think I've actually considered in any depth. Well, I'm lying. I did consider what I'm trying to portray. Hence, I got the Jigsaw Puzzle logo. What it kind of made me think of is my room. What could I change? What needs to change? Actually, does anything need to change overall? And since the 1940s, counselling has advanced quite a lot. So talking about a room's too busy, a room's too plain, or it's got an element of personality to it. I think we've kind of gone past that, especially in my experience, where a lot of my clients that come to me for private work generally come to me because they like my profile or have been recommended. So the environment plays a part, but I don't think it was as big a part as how it was made out today or presented today. And again, that's just my opinion. So it don't mean I'm right, by the way. It just means that I don't completely agree with what was said. We also talked on things as regards to boundaries. Now, working as a therapist and a clinical supervisor, not even as a therapist or a supervisor, I don't think I need to even mention that, to be fair. I think working as a trainee with 0 clients under your belt, the one thing you're always taught is about your boundaries, time boundaries, declarations of whether you're a trainee or whether you're not a trainee, ethical stance, ethical framework. So quite a few boundaries that we should be disclosing in our first session with clients. But today I wasn't very sure in what was kind of being discussed, really. I think as a therapist with a bit of experience behind my belt, I think sometimes what we learn in practice, or so what we learn in theory, isn't always available in practice, i.e. we don't get a chance to change our rooms when you don't have your own place, or when you're working within an agency, or you're working in a school where the school have only got a certain room that you can use. So I think a lot of it was the perfect way of working, or the preferred way of working, but not actually the reality of the struggles that we are faced with. So I think I'd like to maybe see some of the literature or the discussions updated and or more modernised, so it incorporates how we're working now. But yeah, I think overall where we are now, or where I am now, and I'm in a very good place. It's a week break work in school, so the institution have kind of made sure that there's provision for people to sync with school holidays due to childcare issues and things like that. But yeah, it's week 5 and I'm really enjoying it. Everyone's relaxing and being their actual self, and that's good. So yeah, the journey continues.